Hi, I'm Carol Jurgensen Sheets, aka Carol the Coach, and I wanted to talk to you about a coaching strategy. You've heard the old adage that everything happens for a reason, and you've also heard the strategy that God would never give you more than you can handle. And what I believe to be true is that we as human beings have a lot of self-determination, and so there are things that happen to us that are outside of our control. I don't believe that God dropped in my lap a bankruptcy or a divorce or a rape. But what I do believe is that our higher power wants us to handle things by leaning on our spirituality and by looking for the good that can come out of a tough situation. That is our responsibility. Well, okay, so it may not be our responsibility, but if you want to have good mental health and you want to succeed in life, that is absolutely the best way to move forward and to catapult yourself into success. So, in other words, what I'm really saying to you is that no matter what happens, it is important for us to believe that we can use the situation and grow stronger and learn from it. We also need to know we're not in this alone. Of course, there's a higher power. Of course, there is something greater than ourselves that are there to help us. Now, that gets into a whole spiritual concept that I'm not going to talk about today, but what I do want you to think about is a very tough situation that you're currently in. Maybe it's at work, maybe it's at home, maybe it's with yourself, your kids, your parents, your neighbors. Think of that tough situation. And then, if you would, I would like for you to imagine that you're not dealing with this alone. You can feel very alone. Maybe you're extremely private and proud, and you don't want other people to know what your concerns and fears are. Maybe you're somebody who has isolated him or herself, and so you don't have a lot of lifelines in your life to lean on. Well, you've always got that positive force in your life that's going to be with you as you use your mind to ask yourself two very important questions. How can I grow stronger from this? And what do I have to learn from it? You know, it allows you to take yourself out of the victim role, and it creates a situation whereby you not only survive, you thrive. And that is important stuff. Doesn't it feel better when you think, well, this may have happened to me, but this is how I'm stronger? You know, I have had several things in my life that I have not wanted to deal with. A diagnosis of lupus and Sjogren's. And so you know what I did? I flipped that and I said, I'm the poster child for lupus and Sjogren's. It turns out that I no longer have the diagnosis of lupus. I do have Sjogren's, but I am the poster child. I'm supposed to be sick all the time. I'm supposed to be exhausted. I'm not really supposed to have much energy. And anybody who knows me knows I'm lucky to get 5 hours of sleep a day. And that's been my life. I like being awake too much. Now, I'm thinking of another situation that many people complain about. I was single until I was 44. Again, I said, I'm the poster child for being single, even though there were plenty of people that were in my same situation that said, I want to be married. I want to find somebody. I need somebody in my life. This isn't natural. All my friends are having babies and getting married and buying houses. What I did was I said, I'm the poster child for being single, and as a result, I created what I call a family of choice. Maybe I didn't have a husband and 3 kids, which, by the way, I would have loved early on, but instead I created this community of people that I loved and adored, and we had fun and supported each other until I met my husband. So as you can see, I know those aren't terrible things. It's not like my house burned down. Well, in actuality, my house did burn down, but I wasn't living in it at the time. First time I rented to 2 women instead of to my friends. I loved renting to my friends. Within 10 days, the house burned down. But there again, that ended up working to my advantage because I ended up selling the land for more than what I bought the house for, plus. So I made money on that deal. And although I wasn't happy, I just didn't sit around and freak about it because that wasn't going to serve me. So ask yourself, how does your thinking serve you? And allow yourself to make the choice to look at life differently. Because when you do, when you change the way you look at things, the things around you change. And when you think you're the poster child while other people are complaining, you're empowered, you feel good, you feel loved. Okay, I'm Carol the coach, and I want you to do this and give it a shot and see if it doesn't make a difference in how you look at the world, how you're perceived, how you feel, and of course, what you think. Have a great week.